Most of us here go to high school. Every day, we go to class, listen to the teacher, do work, classwork, homework, all just to get that good grade. Most of our academic careers is determined by how well we do inside those classrooms and how well we do inside those rooms. Sometimes we call each other smart. But have you really thought about that? What does it really mean to be smart? See, in 8th grade, I was like any other 13-year-old. I liked playing video games, hanging out with my friends, drawing, throwing frisbee. Oh, I love to throw frisbee. But I never enjoyed school. See, I always had to go to a class, listen to a teacher, just to complete an assignment. But I guess I listened very well, since I became valedictorian of my 8th grade class. And I remember when I found out, too. It was at the end of lecture class, and just before I got to the door, my teacher stopped me. And she asked me, "Do you know?" Now, of course I didn't know. I wanted to leave. But she went on to say, "Payton, you have the highest grade point average in the 8th grade." Now, this didn't faze me at the time. It wasn't any different from any other teacher saying, "Payton, you got the highest score on a test in the class." See, it wasn't anything new to me. I was always seen as that smart kid, always. Always the brightest kid who could do any work, get hundreds, all A's on everything. So much so that all the expectations that everybody set for me started to become my own. And whenever I couldn't complete an assignment, get an A, I beat myself up. I didn't want to be valedictorian. I didn't try. It just happened. However, it still carried over to the next year, my first year of high school. Now here, I was hoping to run away from the people who only thought of me as smart. Hopefully, these people just see me as Payton, the regular person. But it didn't help. It didn't help when I became ranked number 1 in my 9th grade class. Now, everyone knew me as smart. Every time I walked in the hallways, people would come up to me and ask me, "Aren't you that smart boy? Weren't you that boy that spoke?" Now, the first few times, I was thankful, caught off guard, but thankful. But they did it so many times to the point that I became irritated. And it wasn't just the students. It was the teachers, too. There was a time in class where I just finished my work, and the teacher decided to take it and hold it up for the class to see. And she said, "You see this? He does his work. He's smart." Now, can you imagine the expressions on the kids' faces? Some jealous, angry. Some wanted to talk to me. I felt embarrassed. See, I was just doing my work. But one of the kids decided to come up to me. You know what he asked me? He said, "Payton, how did you get to be that smart?" I want to be just like you. All these expectations, pressures started to rise, building up from middle school. I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't like myself. I didn't want to be here. So I decided to apply for the semester school called Lab Atlanta. I didn't know anything about it. It was their first year. All I knew was that I could get away from Mays. Fortunately, I was accepted. And there, my whole learning perspective changed. See, there were only 10 of us, but I didn't feel like I belonged. See, all those expectations that I became my own, they were real. I beat myself up, and whenever I couldn't get that A, I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't feel like I fit with those people. But I soon realized Lab Atlanta was different. See, they didn't grade us by numerical value or letter grade. It was by our growth when we first met. And every one of us had our own thing, our own gift or talent that we had. I know one girl, she loved theater, while I liked music and building things. I soon learned that smart just doesn't mean book smart. It doesn't just mean getting good grades, turning in your assignments on time, being the best student. There's so many different kinds of smart, so many. You can be spatially smart. These people know how to take the 3D world and create it within their hands. They're the artistic ones. You could be athletically smart. All of you athletes, dancers, you're coordinated, well coordinated. You could be musically smart. The people who are in band, orchestra, chorus, you know how to distinguish between different levels of sound to create harmony. And people who are interpersonally smart, they understand other people's emotions. They know how to talk to one another. They're usually the good friends. But you can also be smart by surrounding yourself with other people who are also smart. Take LeBron James. He was thought as the best basketball player in the entire world. But he decided to join forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. There, he won 2 championships. Now, at first, he received a lot of hate for his decision, making a super team. But in actuality, that was smart. See, that boy who came up to me and wanted to be just as smart as I, he was the smartest person in that room that day. He made that choice to try to better himself, to try to talk to other people to help him. That's smart. Now, I made a little acronym for SMART. S. Specially specialized. Each and every one of you have your own gift, your own dream that you want to achieve. M. You can make that choice to better yourself, to get closer to that dream. R or A. You accept those abilities. You accept those gifts that you were born with. But R, you're real with yourself. You understand the difficulties, the hardships, the challenges that you will face in life. But T, you're willing to take those challenges, no matter what comes to you. See, you're an S. You have a special ability that you were born with, that dream that you want to achieve. And you're an M. You're going to make that right choice to not only better yourself, but better others. And you're an A. You understand, you accept your own abilities, your gifts that you were given. And you're an R. You're real with yourself. You understand the difficulty that life will give you. And you're a T. But you're willing to take that challenge. See, you are what it really means to be smart. Thank you.